Welcome to our next AiM webinar. This is an exciting one for us. This is the last one in 2022. This is our 30th one this year, and episode number 153 since we started the AiM Cloud. Something that has been worked on for a long time. We've been chatting about it. We're going to introduce it today and give you some ideas of how to use it, kind of what it looks like, how the process is, and on top of that, some of the additional features that will be coming in the near future. So all of those things we'll be chatting about today with our co-host today, the AiM Sportline Software team leader, Emiliano. Emiliano, welcome. Thank you for coming with us and doing this again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Good evening. I'm from Italy, so good evening to everyone. Good morning for our American friends
on the West Coast, right? Afternoon for the guys on the East Coast. Tickled to have you here with us again. It's I know it's been a lot of work for you and your team getting some of this ready to go, and it's an exciting thing for us to take a look at. This is gosh, I think it's either 18 or 19 of these Emiliano has co-hosted with us to do. And even when he's not co-hosting with us, he's often been in the background answering questions. So it's very dedicated to the job here, Emiliano has been. And one of before we get started, you added a couple of new pictures to your introduction slide. I thought we would just chat about those real quickly.
Yeah, I just added the picture of my office on the right and of my elder kid on the left, because it's a pleasure to work with data with my kids. My kids runs athletics, and we are trying to start a data acquisition project with his running. So data is data.
Data is data. There you go.
Data is data, and wow.
That is kind of funny.
Follow his passion.
Yeah, there you go. And it fits in with yours as well. And in the right screen, I thought that was kind of funny when I saw it, and I looked closer, and there's a picture of me in the middle of your desktop, and it turned out that was a picture you took when we very first introduced Ray Studio 3 analysis for the beta for the very first time. So that was a picture of your screen that you saw when as you were doing that webinar. So that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay. The AiM Cloud. We're just going to jump in, and our basic process today, if you're watching live or watching this later on YouTube, is we're going to run through the presentation materials fairly quickly. It's available for you to download if you're watching live. It's in the chat. Robbie's already put it in there, links to those. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, it'll be down in the description box where you can download the PDF, open it up, and there's also a document that is an instructional document, which is virtually the same words as what is in the PDF, in the presentation materials, that it might be an easier thing for you to have just 6 or 7 pages with it all broken down by headers. So either one will give you almost all the exact same information. Go ahead and download that information if you want to help. But so we're going to spend a little bit of time on the 10 or 15 slides that we have, but not too much. Roll through it, talk about the basics, and we're going to jump out and do some live moving of data around. Emiliano and I may save some stuff. He may just go into, we'll see where it goes. But so about half of our time will be spent, talking about, looking at it electronically here, and then we'll jump in and look at some live data. So, Emiliano, let's kind of just start off with the AiM Cloud and what is it doing and how does it basically work?
Basically, AiM is offering space on a web server to which you can upload data, at the moment data and videos, and store such data and video on the AiM server, and share those data and video among your PCs, or between you and friend co-workers you may have. This is a service that is available for registered users the registration is the already existing registration process that we already shown in previous webinars. This sharing will be purely a copy of the files. There will be no analysis on the server side. The analysis process will be always local to the machines. So this is basically what we created. At the moment, it's available for data and videos. It will be pretty soon implemented the cloud sharing for configurations for profiles and math channels. This is what we are implementing in the very next week.
Perfect. Perfect.
So
the couple of questions coming in. I think most of those that I'm seeing already are going to be a little bit farther into the presentation, okay. So we will continue on. It's an integrated function. It's built in, ready to kind of go. Talk a little bit about how RayStudio 3 visually is going to change and what people are going to see.
Yeah, basically the main analysis interface will be adding a couple of items of a user interface for managing the cloud. In the left accordion, we have a button that's dedicated to cloud, and in the top toolbar we have a couple of more push buttons that allow you into the main cloud operations.
So mainly it doesn't change a ton for the user. There's just a couple of added added functions.
Yeah, a couple of added elements, and it will they will work. The main operation we can imagine are upload and download. So it's not I think it's not difficult to understand how to upload. Anyway, we can show, if we move to the next slide, how to upload. I imagine in this when I created this presentation, I imagined to be describing the very first upload operation and the very first download operation, and then I imagine that people may want to make such an upload and download operations automatic. So,
and this slide is just talking a little bit more about what you already talked about. So
yeah, absolutely. In the cloud accordion button, the most important thing to notice is that we always show the available space on the server. We show two upward and downward arrows that notify you when an upload or download operation is being in progress. And yeah, another thing to notice is that we allow a minimum amount of space, that's 20 megabytes, to allow users to freely test it, just to understand how it works before buying the service. Yeah, I think we can move into the next slide.
Okay. Your first
upload.
Yeah,
the first upload operation is very simple. I mean, I already said that the upload and download operation can be made automatic, but they can be as well triggered manually. To trigger the first upload operation, just select a file. You now will have also this flag, this checkbox with which you can flag a file, and you flag or select a file and click the upload button. That's not the one that's there, but just the right of it.
Oops.
Okay.
My fault.
That's the upload button.
Yep. This one here. Okay.
Just click it and wait for it to upload. It's pretty fast. It depends on the speed of the internet connection, but it normally is not that. I mean, normally it's pretty fast. Okay. The upload continues. When you click that button, you are prompted this window. in which you can choose in a single step if you want to upload the file for your machines only, or if you want just moving to the other radio button, if you want to upload the file for you and friends of yours. Just type, in case you select to upload and share the data with your friends, just select, add an email address, and the friend of yours will receive a notification that a file is available for you once the file is uploaded to the AiM server. In case you add here an email of a friend of yours that's not registered for AiM services, he will receive an email that will tell him, please register, and you will be able to see the files that your friend is sharing with you. What else can we say?
Okay.
I mean, no, I'd like to spend a word saying why we need to enter their email. For privacy reasons, we cannot look in our server and give you all the possible users that we have with a specific name. We cannot go into Outlook contacts, for example, for the same privacy reasons. And another reason for using emails here is that email is unique in the world. So for us, is the way in which we identify a user with his email. These are the two.
Everything is linked together to that email address that the user has used to log into or create their AiM account. So perfect.
Yep. Once you add an email, then you will see other information of the user that are the information publicly available for the user. So first name, last name, and a potential nickname that any user may have added while registering. Here it is. The first upload operation. Once it is completed, you will see that two small cloud icons will be shown close to the file name and in the calendar, in the smart calendar on the left. They will notify. Mostly in the calendar, you will be notified if you uploaded everything into of that event. If you uploaded all the files of that event to the cloud icon will be fully blue. In case you uploaded, as in this case, just one of the 4 files, the cloud icon will be half white to notify you that you still need to upload some files. Well, we can go to the download operation. Okay. Okay. We are now describing how is the cloud interface. Click the cloud accordion button, and we organized all the information available on the files that have been uploaded to the server into a smart calendar. That's exactly the same as the smart calendar we normally have for sessions, just adapted to all the information that you shared on the cloud. On the right part, that's a list of files. One of the things that we need to notice is that here in the cloud, we are not matching data and video. We are speaking about files shared on the AiM server. For every file, you have a preview. The preview in the bottom part. Also here in the cloud, the preview can be organized to be on the bottom or on the right part of the screen, and you have a small preview with the speed trace, and you can have also the GG diagram of the trace.
I think it's on the next page. You can kind of see that too.
It's on the next page. Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
These are two informations that will allow you to, when a file is shared with you, this information will allow you to understand if you want to take care of that information, if you want to download to your machine. This is there is another preview window that's in the next page of the presentation, and this is describing kind of a main information on the file. We have two important information. One is the owner of the file. In this case, it says myself. This is important when you have a friend who's sharing a file with you. You will be seeing here in the owner field, you will be seeing his email address and first name and last name. The file owner is the only user that is using the space on the AiM server. If I'm share the file, I'm not burning my available space on the server. Also, if I download it on my PC. The other information is the status of the file, and here you are prompted with a describing string where the file is and the operations that you can do. In this case, the file is available both locally and on AiM server. It says that you have basically two copies of the file. One is on your machine, and the other one is on the AiM server. It's perfectly valid to have a file also only on the AiM server. Then we have some metadata associated with the files: racer, vehicle, track, championship, and few other information. One is the logger name. The session type can be normal, what we call speed, or can be a dragster, can be an oval, and so on. And here again, you have a push button in which you can decide to share a file. This is useful when you maybe already uploaded a file on the server, and then when the file is uploaded, you decide to share it with some cooperator or some friend.
Okay. The important part of this to me is the available both locally and on the AiM server. We're going to talk a little bit more about the details of that here in another couple of slides, I think. So,
Yep.
So the space itself, when you're out there and you're getting ready to download the information, you get that bar that I've zoomed in on here, and it tells you the amount of space that you have. And one of the interesting things here is this next little piece where if you try to upload a file, let's say you only are using the free 20 megabytes, and you try to send a 2 gigabyte movie file, a video file up there, right? It's going to prompt you at that point. It's not just going to put it out there. It's going to prompt you and noticing, giving you notice. It's kind of a nice little step.
Yep. From that window that you are prompted, you can go to the plans page on your web account, and from there, unfortunately, it's not possible to do it within Ray Studio because there are some web components using credit card information that are not safe to be placed into a software. They are born to be into a browser, and so we had this solution that, according to me, is it needs to be there to be safe. I mean, and then you're guided, as I was telling before. In case you see this window, you are prompted a push button that guides you into the billing plans, where you can decide which is the size you want to work with.
And it looks like the first, of course, you get your 20 megabytes for free, and then the next levels, and it's a little hard to read, but 50 gigabytes, 200 gigabytes, and 2 terabytes are the 3 levels that have been established as of right now.
Yeah, yeah,
And they seem like about the right space for different people's needs. So
yeah, absolutely. The 50 gigabytes can be, according to our first guesses, I mean, we studied a little bit how to divide these plans, and we identified 50 gigabytes to be the correct way to work for someone who has only data to be shared. In case data are bigger, maybe data coming from cars with PDM, with a huge amount of channels, or powerful loggers, maybe they may want to move to the standard plan. While if you want to work with the videos, you definitely need to move into our last step. That's 2 terabytes. That's enough to sharing videos from a lot of sessions.
and it will depend on how you want to use it as well. You know, I've been using the 50 gigabytes for a while in that way, and even when I share a video, I can put it up and then bring it off over to the other machine, right? Or share it with another user, and then when they bring it local, then take it off the cloud. So so the middle 2 tiers there are more for maybe you're storing a good chunk of your data full time up there, but other bigger pieces you maybe take up, take down. The final one, 2 terabyte, obviously you could probably run most everything up there. 2 terabytes, you'd be able to leave most of your stuff up there all the time, obviously. So
yeah, maybe if you are a happy Micron user, the plan with the 50 gigabytes can be enough for a couple of seasons.
Yeah, that's what I found. The 50 gigabytes for me has been the appropriate size for the stuff that I am doing right now. So, okay. So kind of, I think we've kind of covered a little bit of this, but it shows where you see the data, where it ends up, and then there's some status things that are described here.
Yeah, when you go on another machine and you already have uploaded some sessions on the cloud,
and you log in as your with your own login after you've uploaded them.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. On the left, in the left part of the window, in which you have the cloud accordion push button, you have a calendar. We created the same information available for the sessions calendar. These just select an event, and on the right you will see the cloud, the cloud available files. Once you select the file, there will be some push buttons on the top that will allow you either to delete a file in case you uploaded for a mistake, or you already downloaded and you want you to free up some space, or you can have a button for downloading them. The other 2 buttons being the settings that we'll be seeing in just a few seconds.
And just you may have mentioned it already, but when you put data up on the cloud, it truly is just storing it on the cloud. You do not perform any of your analysis tasks from that data that's on the cloud. It's a matter of putting it up there and then having it either mirror it or have it move it back onto your local PC. At that point, then you can actually open it and do analysis. So you'll only see the task. That's why there's less buttons here when you're sitting here. It's that you're just moving it around, and then when you get it into your normal local PC database, click on the button, you have all your normal options.
Yep.
So, okay. Okay. Anything that you would like to add about your kind of adding?
This is describing the 4 icons that are available for the cloud. The first one is settings. The second one is share. Then you have download
and delete. And again, we're giving you more information in the presentation and in the document that has been linked in the chat, or is down in the description box of this YouTube, where you can download it and get the step-by-step directions, which is what we put here. But we're not going to cover everything fully during the presentation this way. So But we do have the document for you. If when you download the software and update it, you'll be able to have some working directions. So
okay,
where this is kind of an important thing. And when you hit that button and you go to download from the cloud, somebody has shared a file with you, maybe from the outside, a friend or a teammate, driver coach. They've shared it with you. Okay, well, where does it get placed and how does it get its naming and structures and folders and all the different things that we have set up automatically in Ray Studio 3? What does it do?
Yeah, when you download the file, the file name will be preserved, but while trying to imagine where to place it upon a download, I thought that the correct place is the same folder with the same rules that the user have chosen for the normal download from devices. So in case you created a download policy, customizing the folder in which you will find the files, okay, the same rules will be followed for this kind of download from the cloud.
So the same,
yeah.
I'm sorry. So when you set up your Ray Studio 3, when you go to your options and your download, and you've set up your automatic folder structures and how things are worked, it's just going to follow that same process. And I think everybody would be comfortable with that.
Yep.
Okay.
Should be an easy finding.
Yeah. Sharing policy. This is kind of an interesting one. You mentioned it real briefly. We don't have to go over it again totally, but only data uploaded by you will be consuming your AiM cloud space. So if Emiliano shares a file with me and it is sitting there waiting for me to download it, to accept that download and put it into my space, the 20 megabytes that are free, and let's say it's a 15 megabyte file, it doesn't automatically take the space away from my cloud space. Until I do something with it, it is being reserved on Emiliano's cloud space. So that kind of just a basic understanding of how it works will be helpful.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly like this.
Perfect. We have options. When one of the questions we had earlier is fits right into this. They were adding about how do we is there some rules? Is there some ways that we can automate the process? Yep. And you've got a couple of slides here. Again, we don't need to go into them deeply, but you can, number one, never upload automatically. Ray Studio 3 will not do anything on its own. Just leave it set at this. You will be able to choose your file and push the button and upload it to the cloud and put in somebody's email address and send it to them.
Yeah,
but you also
the upload will be only manual. You will be only triggered by you pushing the toolbar button.
And that seems to be the default. So don't get too concerned about that. But then you have a couple of other choices.
The second one is
if I'm a racer and I want all of my data that I grabbed at the track on my laptop, and when I get it in range of an internet connection, it will automatically upload the data to my cloud. Right? That's, you have a little bit larger account. Bring it all in there, and as soon as back at your home PC or your race shop PC, all data is automatically synced, which is kind of a handy thing. And then the third one, which I think in the next slide, if I remember right, you begin to have the possibilities of all the different ways that you can write these file sharing rules, or these ways of saying, if I upload a data file from this serial number device, or from this racer or this vehicle or this championship or this track or whatever, those will be automatically updated and sent to my home PC or to Emiliano automatically, or however you set it up. You have some pretty easy rules to write. Is that correct?
Yeah. No, the only rule that you can follow while uploading is with device number. Okay. That's the only rule while uploading. We thought about this because we thought at customers who are working with maybe a couple of racers, but only from one of those races, from one of those cars, they wanted to upload data for any reason. And so we gave you the possibility to choose if you want, if you can go back up to slide, if you want to upload the data from one only, this is downloaded, okay, this is the upload automation. You can see that you can choose only the devices from which you want to upload the data. While for the download operation, you can have a similar settings. You can choose never to download automatically, to download every data you have on the cloud automatically on the machine in which you apply these settings. Or if you want to download the data only from one user. So if you have a friend, if you have a couple of friends that share data with you, but you want to download automatically data from one of those, you can define the rule and download here.
Okay, so
The rules, yeah, the complicated rules, they look complicated, but they're not. That you were showing before, is they are only for sharing files that are on the AiM cloud server. Once they are on the cloud, you can define rules for sharing some of them. So maybe you want to share data, all your data from a certain vehicle, all your data from a certain championship or racer, or from a given track, and you can define to share automatically them with a given set of people.
So really, you're breaking it down into three distinct time frames, right? During the automatic upload, the automatic download, and then the file sharing is where you can get a little bit more.
Yeah, it's automatic file sharing when data are already on the cloud.
Gotcha. Okay, and that's when you can, if you had a driver coach and you wanted to share all your data from that data logger, will always go to Joe. Once it's in there, you can automatically be sending it to his cloud as well.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Or of course, you can always do it manually and just share the one file that you wanted, right? Sure. So. And then I think this is our last slide of the presentation itself. Other cloud services. This kind of goes backwards a little bit in time and gives us an idea of why you started to work on this and what some of the other problems were. We don't need to really focus in on it hard, but there's a reason why you have done this. Talk a little bit about it, because there are some people that are watching this now or later that have tried to run RayStudio 3 with a normal cloud service, with a third-party cloud service.
Yeah, we saw many people starting sharing data on the cloud, and at the beginning it was easy. It got complicated for us when people started installing the full RayStudio 3 into a cloud shared folder. I mean, RayStudio 3 lives synchronizing what's in his file system with its databases. We have a configuration database, we have track databases, and sessions databases. We live synchronizing all of this stuff, and when you choose any other cloud service, the cloud service syncs files between different PCs, and the sync is not immediate, and the sync is not done in parallel for all files. I mean, we have problems related to maybe some file lock. They kind of disappeared because I think the cloud sharing services kind of improved a little bit in the last months. But we had in the past some file locked by the cloud, by the external cloud upload service, and the RayStudio 3 found it impossible to to open that file, and it was kind of a breaking the synchronization between file system and database, and hence creating problem into configurations. And we saw also the order of the synchronization being done on files that was not that was kind of a sequence, but it was the wrong sequence from for the RayStudio 3, and this created other kind of problems. So when we saw these problems and we found it impossible to solve them, we decided to develop our own cloud service to fill the need of this kind of services, and to have RayStudio 3 keeping on the correct side of the cloud. I mean,
yeah, but
this is the reason for.
There was a lot of thought out there as people were cloud computing became much more popular, obviously, and at first people were trying to just run the entire process in there, as you mentioned, and I can even see where that that's going to be problematic. But then we started to, with RayStudio 3, people were starting to put just the data files in the cloud, which logically that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that RayStudio 3 works by intermittently going and opening and moving and changing these, even the data files, it would work for a while, and then so people would get comfortable with it, and then all of a sudden it would. RayStudio 3 tried to get it right when
they can go for months and then start messing
and then
it
have
up.
a problem. Yeah, and it might be very intermittent. So this is there was a lot of talk out there about cloud. Yeah, no, it works for me. No, boy, it totally screwed up my database. Well, there was reasons behind that, and we wanted to give a little bit of a background on maybe why that was happening, and why this is so important to us to get this out there, because the users really want to have this ability, obviously. So
yeah, it became popular because it is useful, and we thought to integrate it with RayStudio 3.
okay.
I do think we found a good way to integrate it with the sessions database. We started with the session database because the integration is kind of in real time, and it's more difficult. The switch to configurations and for files will be easier. It's not ready, so it's not included into this version, but it will be easier for us to develop it.
So we started with the hardest part, and and we'll be adding to, and that adding to is gonna happen fairly quickly. It's weeks away. You'll start to see some additional pieces. With that, our next step is to jump into some live data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to before I do that, Emiliano, start getting your screen ready. I'm just going to bring up real quickly the here's that document that has been linked in the chat box already. It's called RayStudio 3 AiM Cloud Intro. This is a document that's available for you to download. It's basically a lot of the same things that we just talked about in the PowerPoint. The screen captures are probably a lot easier for you to read here than what they were in the PowerPoint. So it's going to walk through and hopefully walk you through step by step what each one of these does to make it a little bit clearer for you. So make sure everybody download this PDF document and grab that. I just wanted to show it to you here real quickly, just to give you an idea of what it kind of looks like. So let's minimize that out of the way, and let me stop my share, and then you should be able to share your screen, Emiliano. And while we start that, there's a couple of questions as you're kind of getting ready to start. Let me do this.
Tell me if you see my screen.
I do see it. You're all good there. Let's talk about a couple of these questions that maybe you might be able to answer them in the midst of showing us on yours. But it moved on me. Can you define
yes,
users to have access to your files? I think we've answered that. Yes, that we can define.
Yes, you can define. You can share to separate users, so you can You can absolutely define them.
Yep. And then the second
And
part
you
of
can
that
and you
was
can
auto notification.
just a few words more. You can unshare data if you want to. I mean, given that the data, while you are sharing it, the data can be downloaded on the other side. So if the file has already been downloaded, you cannot delete the file from his PC, but you can unshare, and so the sharing will not be available anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of like kind of like an email. If you haven't sent it yet, you can take it back. But once you
Yep.
push the send button, it's a little different, because once you push the send button, you place it up on the cloud. They if that person hasn't went and grabbed it yet and did the download, you resend.
Yeah, maybe it's a wrong example, but if you share a picture on Facebook, I mean, if any of your friends downloads that picture, it's already downloaded.
Yeah, exactly, and you can't get it back. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Will there be any auto notification from the person that is getting the file sent to them? Do they get an email? Do they get a red dot in their software as you're showing here on your screen?
Okay, as I'm showing here on my Ray Studio 3, you can see a 15 close to this icon, and I have 15 files that were shared with me that I still have to see. When I click here on the cloud accordion button, you can see that you will be seeing a new icon exactly where the new files are, and if you click here. The
Then
new icon will be
only
to get rid of I mean, the new icon will disappear when you see the file in the preview. Okay, as soon you can see that if I move to another file, the file that I see will disappear. I can also, I have a menu here to dismiss the new files notification, and they all will disappear in just 1 second.
I think the new the little logo new is nice, but I find myself going up there and once I know that they're there, I do like to turn that off. So I do like having that option. Alan asked the question, does this allow downloads / files to automatically sync across multiple PCs within a team environment?
Yeah,
the
so.
bigger
Yeah.
answer is yes, across the board, either with only your own logins or multiple logins from different people. The answer is yes.
Yeah, you can go here. If you allow the download of all data automatically, all the team will be syncing at the same time.
At the download point, or you could do it later on as a file sharing and share it to people post after the download. So it gives you some flexibility on when they actually get that data as well.
Yep.
Okay. Peter said looks that way, and he was right. It might be nice to have the ability to have cloud downloaded files go to a different folder. I'm not sure I want to go deeply into that unless, Emiliano, you have something. Right now it's following.
No, right now it's following the same steps that maybe we can
since you've got it live.
You can go here, data download, and here, as you can see, what's important now is that you can customize the folder structure. You choose the main root folder for download. In this case, I just tried the Raspberry user data UUU, and if in case you want, you can add and customize your one. So in this case, inside this folder, I will get a folder with the date of the date of the session, and inside that in a folder with the vehicle name. So I can I will get a very structured download folder.
And that's very standard of how Ray Studio 3 works now. I think what Jeff is asking for is maybe we think about having the ability of having a fifth tab here, download data for with the cloud. Maybe it ends up in a different one. I happen to think using the folder structure just like regular data is probably the way I would want to do it, but some people may want to separate out their shared data. I do not know.
Yeah, I can think about it. At the moment, we can, if you go to the download movies, by default, the movies are using the same settings as data, but you can separate the settings for movies.
So one more
And
tab
what,
called Download Cloud, and be
yeah,
able to
maybe.
have one more tab there. Okay.
Maybe I can take a look at this possibility.
The next question was something that I asked you fairly early on as well. What files can be shared?
XRK
What is
or
yeah.
yeah, XRK, XRZ, and data from simulators. Not the DRK files, because they have a different they have kind of different issues associated with them. So
Yeah.
we
So
need
just
to
the
take
modern
care.
file types,
Yeah.
and of course not just the not just the XRK, XRZ, but also the movie file.
Yeah, but when we speak of XRK files, we speak of loggers that have been introduced kind of 11 years ago. So
Yeah,
it's
quite a while back. Yeah. Okay. The can I automatically share for this weekend only? Everything you talked about there as far as filtering down was based on
share with this weekend. I mean,
but not
now
a
it's
time element.
now it can be done with a track. Supposing every weekend you race on a different track. If you choose the track you want to share, if you choose a track as a rule for sharing, you can get this. If you race in the same track for different weekends, I think at the moment the answer is no. You
It would not
cannot
be automatic, but you could easily go in and grab the entire weekend and share it with just a couple of clicks.
Yeah.
But not automatically.
Absolutely,
okay.
yes.
Okay, perfect.
I think we've
exhausted those questions. So is there anything so far, at least I will glance at it. Okay, let's say you want to share some data, maybe with me.
Okay.
How's that process work? Let's give everybody, we got about 10 minutes. Let's show everybody how you would share a file.
Select this file. You click on this icon. That's pretty common in all our cell phones for sharing. Click on the icon, and here I have the list of the people.
Well, let's
Emiliano,
pardon me. Let's take one more step even farther back. Let's not be in the AiM cloud accordion button. Let's go to your events. Let's put one up to the cloud first.
Okay. Okay.
Pick any old test and let's put it to the cloud, and then go to the cloud button and let's send it out to somebody.
Okay, let me take this session is pretty long.
Yeah, it's a pretty good session.
Now here in the information tooltip, we added the file dimension. This is 100 megabytes, so maybe it's not it's not the best for our
short little session here, right?
Yeah. This one is 229 megabytes.
Okay, perfect.
Just select the file, click the upload. Let me choose upload this file and share with someone. You are prompted all the names of the persons that you already shared anything with. So if I click here, Roger at aimsports.com. Okay, Roger at aimsports.com looks correct. I click add. Roger gets selected, and if I share,
oops, I think you might have forgot the S. Yeah, I think you forgot the S at the end of sports.
Okay.
I was glancing.
Okay.
I was looking at a question and I glanced back just as you pushed the button.
Yeah.
But a perfect example of what may happen though.
Yeah, and if any Roger at aimsport.com exists, he will receive an email from our server saying, okay, Emiliano shared anything with you, and just register to see it inside your Race Studio 3 copy. So we can go back. Again. The file is on the AiM cloud. What was it? Okay. This is the file. I can take it back and write the correct one.
Roger at AiM Sports. There you go.
Sports.com. Okay, add it. Okay. Okay, this is
That other
telling
one
me,
was still there.
yeah,
Yeah.
the other one is still there, but you should be receiving a notification.
Okay. So that's
informing
how
you.
easy it is to send it to up to the cloud and to somebody, right?
Mhm.
And now if you had received one, it would show up in your area there, where, and you would just click on it and then of course download it onto your local
Yeah,
machine, and you are off and
exactly.
running.
How to distinguish the files that are on your local machines from files that are elsewhere. Suppose this one. Okay, here in the calendar, there's a small, it's kind of a notebook shaped icon that tells you that you have these files on your machines. If the icon is missing, the files are only on AiM server. Okay, it's the dual of this icon. Here I have sessions in my database, and I can see a cloud icon to notify me that the sessions are on the cloud. And here I have the dual. I have all my cloud files, and if I see this icon, the files are also on my machine. Here, as we shown here before, okay, you see the owner of the file. You see the owner is not myself, it's a colleague. And I see also this information. I can get this information also from this icon. I can see, you can see that we have two persons,
It's a
and
group. Yeah.
the one that is higher than the, on the right you have a person that is kind of on a higher level, and that means the cloud in our in our icons, in our imagery. And when the person on the cloud is colored, it means that the owner is him. Just download it. Okay, and okay. Here as well, there are different icons. This means that the file is only on the web, and this means that the file is already shared.
Okay.
Once I download the file is on my machine, but I still miss one step, that is importing it into the database, and that's the thing you need. Select it, import into the database, and proceed with the import. Okay, yes, and
The normal screen comes up.
Okay, it's skipped because I
was already there.
Already have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Already there.
Because with colleagues we share data of we have a common database that we use. Okay. Yep. That are the main operations. I mean.
Okay. And then let me share my screen and show what that file looks like from my end to kind of finish this up, and then we will finish up the so I'm going to share my screen. Yes, share screen one. We don't want to got you still there in front of it, so I could see you. Let me make that a little smaller. Okay, so here is boom, brought this up. Here is what the screen looks like after Emiliano shared that file with me. Normally I would be in my all events tab and I'd be working away, and all of a sudden this I've got a 1. I've got the notification has come in that there's a cloud. Somebody shared one with me, so I would jump into the AiM cloud and notice that there's this var6, if you remember the name that Emiliano used. So I would come in there, and there's the file that he had shared. So it's selected, and then I of course need to download from the cloud. It's going to download it, and then and as Emiliano said, the last step being we need to add it to the database. There is nothing that there are steps there that you need to do. in order to get this into the database. It's now been downloaded, so it's still checked. So now I need to add it, import it into the database. Yes, and then it walks through and it correctly imported it, and exit. And then if I go back to my all events, there'll be the probably down a ways, I suppose, right? There it is. It was an older file.
You can see the new icon also here.
Yep, the new icon if I get off of it. And now that data file is here and available for me to open up and analyze in the normal way. Okay. Yep. There was a question there. It went away, and I don't know if I'll read it. I think Peter asked the question, something to the effect of, if you've got a user that has a standard free account, let's say 20 megabytes, or let's say they had the bigger one, but they grab their data and their video file, they put it up onto the cloud for somebody else it cannot exceed the 20 megabytes or the free account, right? If they want to go ahead and download it and you have included a video file, the standard size is going to handle much or most of any single data file, even multiples. But if you try to do a video file, it's going to be a little bit problematic, obviously. So they will get that message saying that their storage size limit, their plan that they're on, isn't big enough, and what do they want to do at that point, right? Yep. So if you get that first level, that will handle, like I said, I think it was 50 gigabytes. And if your typical SmartyCam video is 2 or 3 gigabytes or something, and plus your data, you can move, 8-10 videos around pretty easily and even keep them up on the cloud. But I find it from a support standpoint, or from, we all work with folks that are out there, and they're trying to move some data files or some videos around, and getting them to attach it to an email or to a cloud service that's out there. If they don't know how to do that, this is going to be a solution where they can just come into what they know, RayStudio, click on the button, put it on the cloud, and the driver coach or their teammate or whatever can get the data, right? So that those super large files are often hard to move around, and this is going to give a solution for that as well, on top of the normal cloud benefits of individual users. So, okay, and I think I see that there's one. Can you define users? One more for you, Emiliano, as we kind of close this up. Can you define users that have access to your files, i.e. just the race team, or will there be an automatic notification to upload is ready? I think that first statement there, we need to be a little bit careful with. Nobody has access to your files unless you have sent it to them, right? That's the security.
Exactly. No, nobody can access your file. When you insert an email of anyone, he will get the notification. He will not get the file immediately. He will get the notification, and in case he decided to download automatically, he will get also the files when the RayStudio 3 is open and running.
And from a security standpoint, you put it up on the cloud, and while they can get that's just a copy of it. Again, they're not getting to your local PC at all. They're just getting a copy that has been placed up on the cloud for them to download a copy of that. Mm-hmm. Yep. So they're never having access to your actual data other than what you place up on the cloud and alert them, right? And the notification, the auto notification, is that red dot that's going to show up on the top of in their icon bar of whenever they're signed in as the guy that it was sent to, right? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Just one thing to remember: the registration process is free of charge.
Yeah,
it's already.
And most people, I don't know what the numbers are that have registered, but it's been a big part of RayStudio 3 already. It's an important part. So a lot of people have registered already. So it's that same registration. You don't have to re-register for the AiM cloud.
So it's a step that for the very most of these people is not needed.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let me minimize that down a little bit, and let's kind of close this up just a little bit. I know we hit, I think we actually got through a lot of the questions, but I'm sure you have more. Rewatch the video, drop us some notes. Those of you that don't have it yet, 3.54 will be available in the next few hours. Keep an eye on it and grab it, and you'll have all the capability that we just took a look at. And we'll, as soon as we get done here, I will begin the process of uploading this and putting it onto YouTube if you want to go back and rewatch some of the stuff that we talked about. And, you know, we went fairly quickly, I know, but we do that with these videos because you have the opportunity to go back and review them. So we want to try to get as much information out as we can. So it'll be up on YouTube within an hour or so, and go ahead and take a look at it again. Customer support, boy, we're you know, some of the live events are some of the racing series have ended. There are racing series that are going on all over, however, and we're still out there supporting those. And we're going to be at the PRI show in coming soon in about a week or so in Indianapolis. Any of our friends and users, if they're at the PRI show, please stop by, say hi. We'll have everybody there. I think Emiliano is going to be there, right, Emiliano? I believe You're going to be there.
4 of us.
Four of our friends from Italy are coming over. Of course, most of the thank you, Robinson. Booth number 3257 at the PRI show. If you happen to be in Indianapolis for that, look forward to meeting all of you there. So that will be fun if you're there. We always take the holiday time and don't do a webinar around the Christmas New Year holiday. So we will not do one a month from today. You'll get I didn't want to it is scheduled as of right now, but you'll get an email from Zoom that I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. I might just leave it up there. And for some of you that have done it in the past, even though we have not had official webinars on some of the times we take them off, I go ahead and I start it up anyway, and we just have a Q&A, and we just sit and chat about different things with 5 or 6 people. It's been as many as 10 or 12 that have just showed up and watched, you know, on Tuesdays they click on the AiM webinar, and we'll probably do the same thing at the end of December, but it will not be an organized webinar, but we've probably started up and just chat for folks. Look forward to that if you want to, but the next organized one will be January 31st at the last Tuesday of each month. And the next one, do not have a topic for it yet. I've got some things in my mind that I already want to probably cover at that point, but we'll share those as we get a little bit closer. So that's the next official webinar, will be January 31st. Some contact information if you want to get a hold of Emiliano or I. There's some email addresses for you, the standard ones. I appreciate you coming and joining us again, Emiliano. This was a lot of hard work for your team and a lot of hard work for you personally. I know we have been chatting for at least a couple of months and testing and working and going back and forth. And there's going to be some things we might want to tweak and adjust, I'm sure. But you guys have done a great job, and I know I do. I appreciate all the hard work, and I know everybody else does too. So thank you very much for doing all of that and joining us here today. Thank you, Emiliano.
Yeah, you're very welcome, and as usual, it's me who want to thank you all of AiM Sports for infinite support and infinite work with our customers.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
If you everybody try it out when you load it in the next few hours, take a look at it, try it, move some stuff around. If you want somebody to test it with, drop me a note. I'll be working here all day today, and if you want to try something out and you don't have anybody else to try it out with, drop me a note. And as usual, if you have questions about it, or you find some issues and you want to contact support, the software at aimsportline.com it's mandatory that you send the email to them. You might want to CC me, you might want to do whatever, but that email address needs to be in there so Emiliano and his entire team gets a good handle on issues that are happening or misinterpretations to make things even clearer. So make sure you include those in any emails of things that you as you're working through learning it. Okay. Perfect. I thank you guys all. I thank all the AiM staff behind the scenes that were here today and helping us out with some of the questions. I've seen a lot of folks answering questions. Thank you very much. We've done 153 of these so far, and all of these guys have been here almost every webinar, and it's everybody's got super busy jobs here at AiM, you know, keeping track of being out at the track and repairs and shipping and all the different things that they do, and they've continued to come here and help us do these virtually every Tuesday. So it's been very, very helpful. Thanks to all the folks that have helped us. Everybody, thanks again. Look forward to seeing you guys all on January 31st for the next one. Download the latest version and have a good time with that, and let us know what you think. Everybody, talk to you guys at the next webinar.